I'm sorry. I'm out of here. That's too much for today. I'm sorry, guys. Hello there, everybody. This is Geddy 92 coming at you today with a new episode of your daily dose of wash. And it's raining outside currently in Germany. It's a bad weather actually outside. And I told you yesterday in the video, today we will do a song that I think all of you guys know. I mean, there can't be one single guy here on this channel that says, oh, I've never heard about this song before. So let's get right into Working Man. And actually Jonathan from yesterday's episode in the comment section, he chose actually the version that we will listen for today. From Cleveland, I think it's 2011, yeah, the Time Machine Tour, Working Man. Thanks, Jonathan, and if that video source sucks, blame Jonathan, not me. Wait a minute, that's not the version I remember. Jonathan, what are you doing here with us?
To work at night. I got no time for living. I'm working all the time. It seems to me I can live my life better than I think I am.
How crazy would it actually be for the first record? You know, the 1974 record? It's all classic, like blues rock stuff in there. And imagine that they would have Working Man as a reggae version on that record. That would be crazy.
I guess that's why they call me the working man. They call me the working man. I guess that's what I am. I get home at 5 o'clock. I kick myself out of night. It's gonna be Thank you, Cleveland, Ohio.
I mean,
Best audience ever.
I'm sorry. I'm out of here. That's too much for today. I'm sorry, guys. So let me get this straight. First of all, Jonathan, you have to tell me, or you should have been told, or you should have, you see, I'm so amazed by this version. I have never heard this version before. I mean, I thought I would know Working Man. I thought I would know that song very well. But this version here, I mean, that Cleveland 2011 Time Machine Tour version, that's just so badass on so many levels. So first of all, thanks Jonathan for doing the suggestion from this specific version here. That really amazed me. I thought for the first 1 or 2 minutes that I should have taken A Passage to Bangkok before listening to that version. That would have freaked me even more out than being White Nose Sober. But I didn't know the version, so I couldn't tell. Right before I continue with talking about this version of Working Man, tomorrow we will do the song Best I Can. And let me know, is there a specific version that we should take a listen to? Best I Can for tomorrow, please let me know. I have actually a gig tomorrow in the evening, so I have to record the video tomorrow in the morning hours. So therefore, please, when you see this, Best I Can, what is the best version of that song, or maybe a video, just let me know. So, let's talk about this version. I didn't expect the reggae intro. Of course I didn't, because I didn't know this particular version of the song. That is crazy. The most crazy thing, I think, would be the crazy solo of Alex. I mean, it was an extended solo of what we know about the Working Man's actual Working Man solo. That's some so amazing stuff there. I mean, Neil was heavy on this one. Neil was really heavy on this one. Actually, this morning I watched the kind of like 50-minute documentary on YouTube where some guys put Neil's drum set together. I watched that, and before I watched that video, I watched for the second time the documentary What It Takes to Set Up a Rush Show, a 45 or 60-minute long thing on YouTube. I watched that for the second time when they were showing all the setups. That is crazy stuff going on there. If you haven't seen it, and I know you probably have seen it like 1,000 times. If you haven't seen that, What It Takes to Set Up a Rush Show, check it out on YouTube. That's great stuff. And that just made me think about listening to that song Working Man in that particular area where they were just in doing that song on the Time Machine Tour. I mean, you could really see what the Technic guys said on the documentary. It's all about the people, the audience. The audience here was going crazy about Working Man, and I think that is really what matters in general for Rush or for any kind of music. If the people are happy, well, who cares about the music style or whatever is in that particular songs, because it's all about the audience, the listeners, and if they are happy, well, what the hell do I know then? But this version here, Working Man, real outstanding. Beside Alex guitar solo was the drum section of Neil. I said it a few seconds before, but I just wanted to go a bit more into detail here. This was one of the hardest drums I have heard lately, and this is nothing compared, for example, to the Force 10 video that we did yesterday. He was pretty good on Force 10 on that live video from, I think, 1988 it was, a show of hands version. But, I mean, this one here, Working Man, he was really showing his skills after all these years. It was actually like the kind of like time it all came down to this one particular song on this particular evening, on this particular planet where Neil was supposed to be, and he was laying down one of the coolest fills that I have heard in a long, long time. And I actually do say that a lot, that I say, I haven't heard such a great guitar solo in a long, long time. Well, sometimes it's really true. Sometimes Rush music tends, if you listen on a daily basis, and you guys know that, sometimes you forget the huge talent of each of the members, and you take all of that for granted. You don't per se don't take a specific listen again to the details of the song. At least that's my way of how I listen to music. If I've listened to some music for over and over and over days, months, even years, you won't recognize the talent anymore. Not in the way that you would say, oh, well, that's an interesting song, that's an interesting lick. You always think at that, but it's always different when you discover for the first time, like 2112, the song. When I listened to that song for the first time, I was really blown away. I really was, because so many different sections, and we have 2112 coming up on the 14th of November, so in a few days we will do 2112, and I'm really excited for that. But I think you get the idea. What I'm trying to say is that if you listen for the first time or for the first few times to something completely new and different, like this version here on Working Man, at least for me, I knew the song, I knew the basic song, as I would call it now, but I didn't knew the song from the Time Machine tour. And I was really amazed again by the massive talent of each and individual member. I mean, their skill set is just beyond anything that I could ever achieve, or somebody else. Geddy. I mean, that bass. I'm not talking about the vocals here, because older Rush music videos tend to have not weaker vocal styles, but not as fresh as they were like 30 or 40 years ago, and that's totally okay. I would always prefer older Rush guys footage like this one here instead of like 70s or 80s Rush music videos. It's just a thing for me personally that I would like to see musicians when they were doing some material like 40 years ago. I want to see them doing it still nowadays. I don't specifically care about the first big kind of like live versions or whatever you would call it. Maybe there's footage from the mid-70s of Rush playing that song, Working Man. I wouldn't be as much as interested as I would be in the older Rush guys. But that's just my personal thing here. I know it has a lot of pros and cons. The pro side is clearly they wouldn't have done maybe a reggae version of Working Man, at least for the first 1 or 2 minutes back in the mid-70s. I think they wouldn't have done that. So therefore that's a huge pro, a huge improvement. Maybe this will tend to be my favorite Working Man version ever. I don't know. I have to check out other versions, and I'm sure there might be a version of or on the record A Show of Hands. I don't know. I have to check it out because I still had not enough time to do that. I'm sorry, guys. So therefore, that is an excellent version. It really is an excellent version. Sometimes Working Man for me tends to be an average song, in the meaning of average, kind of like blues rock, early hard rock kind of genre stuff. So therefore I don't take their huge talent as special anymore on Working Man. But every time I see something awesome like this here and then, I'm just again reminded how great this band is and how less talent I have. But I don't care. So we are just all here for some entertainment. And just please let me know about the version of Best I Can for tomorrow's episode. Please comment below what the best version of that one is. Could be on YouTube, could be on Spotify or whatever. We will find it and we will react together to it. So thanks, guys, and especially thanks, Jonathan, for that kind of like suggestion here for Working Man. You did a great job. I was amazed. Maybe not everybody has heard this version before. I said it actually at the beginning of the video, if you remember, like 17 minutes ago. I said at the beginning of the video, about 100% of all people know that song. I think about 80% of the people who are into Rush know that particular version of that. But you could let me know. Maybe there's as well just like 100% of everybody already knew that Cleveland version. And I'm the dumb guy from Germany who just discovered it in 2021 through the great guy Jonathan on the YouTube comment section. So thank you guys, and see you tomorrow with Best I Can. And I'm really looking forward to that. So thanks, guys. And by the way, I read a comment. I don't remember on what video that was, when I was showing this studio. It's actually just a plain room with a computer in it, but for me it's a studio. And somebody wrote down that I could place some kind of like hooker on that chair, and that comment somehow got removed and I couldn't find it again. Please don't delete such comments. They made me laugh. And if hookers weren't that expensive, I would definitely do that. But we are shortly before 1,000 subscribers, so therefore there might be some good money coming around on YouTube in the next year. Alright, I have to go. See you tomorrow with the version of Best I Can. Let me know what version we should choose. And have a great day, have a great night, and thanks as always for watching. And this is a heck of a long episode. And I know there will be the majority of people who will only listen to 5 minutes of the total garbage that I just told. It's sad, so sad. It's a sad, sad situation. And with every new video, it's getting more and more absurd. Elton John. I love Elton John. So I think we have to do some Elton John anytime soon. Okay, bye and thanks, and see you tomorrow. Ciao.